Taking care of your energy does not have to be a grand gesture. It's not always bubble baths and buying yourself flowers. Yes, those are good if you like them, but in today's video, I'm going to share with you very actionable to-do list type micro habits that do not take more than 1 minute that will help you feel more in your feminine energy and will help your energy really thrive. Before we begin with the video, here is a challenge for you. Once you're done watching the video, implement everything I say for just 1 week, just 7 days, that is about it. And at the end of the week, come back to this video, go to the comment section and tell me if you feel any kind of change in your emotions. If you want to build genuine, real friendships or connections, any kind of change in that. Do you feel more balanced and connected with yourself? Now getting on with the video. Point number 1 is to stretch a little bit every single day. When you stretch your body even just a little bit, it allows any tension that is collected within your body to release itself. Every day we're surrounded with so much stress, whether it is from work, whether it is from a relationship, whether it's from family. There are n number of stressors. Now think about it like this. Just like there's an orange and then there are fibers of the orange inside of it. Now these fibers naturally pull together, right? Similarly, when our body is under stress, it ends up tightening itself. This is why it's so important to stretch a little bit. You're opening up those closed fibers, you're helping your body relax and be more in tune with itself. Now this could be anything. It could be dancing, it could be yoga, it could just be basic stretching before working out. Keep in mind, when you start doing this, it also starts enhancing your body's natural flow and grace and rhythm, and all of these are very deeply connected with your feminine energy. Once you're done watching this video, stand up, stretch a little bit, roll your shoulders a little, roll your neck a little bit, move your waist, move your hips, or just put your favorite music on. Just one song, that is all you need. Groove a little bit to it and you're done. Point number 2 is to draw boundaries for your own mental health. Now this is more like a habit you have to constantly put into practice. It's just something you have to keep on doing every single day. You have to remind yourself, because it's so easy, especially in a world where we as women are expected to just make people around us happy. Yes, you can be nice and kind and generous while still having your personal boundaries, and the easiest way to learn and do this is by learning how to say no. This can be in the politest of ways, but when you learn to draw these boundaries for yourself, when you learn how to say, sorry, this is not working for me, that's when you learn the ultimate form of self-compassion, self-care, and you start building your self-esteem. Anything that drains you, that does not serve you, that is not aligned with your purpose, or something that you just intuitively feel you don't want to do or you shouldn't be doing, is something that you need to draw a boundary for. This is simply so that you do not end up burning out. So all you want to do is practice a simple, polite refusal. As an example, if your friends are telling you to come out and meet them, but you would rather spend the day to yourself, you really are not in the mood to go out, or maybe you have too much work, learn to say a simple, polite no. For example, you know what, I'd love to come out today, but there's so much on my plate. I really miss you guys. I know that I want to meet up with you, but maybe some other day. Today I just want to take the day to myself because I've been overloaded with work. How easy was that? And if your friends are real, genuine, true friends, true connections, they will understand this. And this is a big part of staying in your feminine energy. It's forming true, genuine connections. So similarly, if the roles were reversed and you were in the friends group inviting someone else where they say no, learn to accept, learn to be empathetic towards them. Point number 3 is body language. Feminine energy is often associated with openness, with being receptive, with being free, with being soft. These traits also need to reflect in how you conduct yourself. So here are a few things you want to practice every single day. It can be literally any time of the day. Learn to keep your shoulders relaxed. They do not have to be like this all the time. You don't have to tighten them up. You'll keep your chest open. You will not be sitting like this. And remember, crossed arms look like you're trying to avoid or block energy. You want to be open and receptive, so your arms will be open. All this signals is you're comfortable, you're confident, and you're approachable. Graceful, fluid movements are often seen as inherently feminine. So when you start moving with softness, it naturally looks very elegant. Fun story, when I wasn't finishing school, we had a whole module just about doing this pearl drop. This is what ballerinas usually do to practice their movements. And if you've ever observed movements in ballet, you will see how soft and how graceful they are. So this is basically the drop gesture that we were made to practice. Make sure it comes out as a soft, natural gesture. So every time you pick up a glass, again, does not take too much time, right? Make sure you have a very soft movement. Now, I'm not saying go around dancing while picking up water, but just make sure you have like a very gentle, a very graceful movement while picking up your glass. And remember, no pinkies up while drinking your water. your pinky finger stays down. When you're talking to somebody, have a nice gentle smile on your face. It does not have to be very exaggerated, but just a nice gentle smile goes a long way in making the other person feel like you're inviting them to have a conversation. By the way, if you would like to know more about body language, I have an entire course called the Glow Up Academy where you can sign up. There is an entire module on body language, posture and poise where I teach you how to sit correctly, how to stand correctly, how to talk to people, where to keep your hands, where not to keep your hands. If you're interested in elevating your personal presence, make sure you join the course because I'm telling you it will work wonders. And not only body language, we talk about so many other areas of your life like developing in your career, improving your communication, working on your relationships, how to have your life together in just 6 months. A lot of videos for you to genuinely elevate your life. I will leave the link down below. Make sure you check it out. There's also a discount coupon just for you. Hustle culture is real, and the best way to be more in tune with your emotions is to journal. That is what worked for me. I have learned this through years and years of therapy. When I start journaling, when I put down my thoughts, not necessarily on paper or a diary, it could even be your notes app. It could even be a WhatsApp chat that you have going on with yourself. It could be any way that you find it easy. All I want you to do is to start putting out your feelings. Journaling is a way to slow down and tune into your own thoughts and your emotions. On an everyday basis, whenever people ask you, how are you? Our usual go-to response is, I'm good, how are you? But are we really good? Think about it. We have an outer world where yes, we're saying we're good, but then we also have an inner world. And we need to dive deep into our inner world sometimes, just on and off, and ask ourselves, what is happening inside of me? How am I feeling internally? Feminine energy is about staying in touch with your inner world. Now, there's no fixed way of journaling, but just take 1 minute and write down anything that you'd like to write down. Could be literally anything under the sun. It does not have to be anything fixed. If you're doing it in the morning, maybe you can write down how your previous day was. Maybe you can write down a few points that you want to accomplish today. Maybe something like an intention for the day. It could even be a very quick gratitude list, maybe 3 things that you're grateful for. It could be a whole 1-pager about how you've been feeling, something that's been bothering you. I leave it to you. It's completely open, but start writing it down. I like to do this at night, and I do this on my WhatsApp chat. I like to write down anything that literally comes to my heart, just reflect on the day. And when I do this, I like to take out a moment of calm. A moment of calm is basically the time of the day when I felt like I was really calm, in tune with myself. I loved how the day was going. I loved that I was able to do a particular thing. I just felt very calm and relaxed. You can do this as well. Write down your moment of calm. All it does is it helps you refocus and it helps you ground yourself into the present, because throughout the day there is so much chatter going on, and as humans we think we will be successful if we accomplish this and if we accomplish that, without realizing we already accomplished what we were supposed to accomplish maybe 3 months earlier in the present. We are living that accomplishment right now. We are successful right now. The journaling really helps you be more in the present and appreciate life for what it is right now, and that is why it's highly recommended that you write down intentions or anything you're grateful for, because it really helps you be more in the moment. And finally, keep your mind and your space clean. A cluttered space will lead to a cluttered mind. I'm not even saying it might lead to a cluttered mind, because I know already that when your space is not clean, when it's disorganized, do you ever feel like, oh, I'm not in the zone to do anything? The first thing I like to do is literally clean up my room so that I'm in the headspace to even think about something else. Feminine energy thrives in environments that are clean, organized, and peaceful. So when you tidy up your space, when you have a nice, clean environment that helps you feel more in tune with yourself, that's when you are more in your feminine energy, and that's when you're even more productive. That is a space where your energy can flourish. Take a minute of the day to just clean surfaces around you. It could be your room, it could be a corner of your room that's been messy, it could be your cupboard. When you get to the actual bit of organizing or cleaning or tidying up, you will realize it did not even take that much time. This is especially important to do at night so that you wake up to a fresh, clean, organized space where you want to work. And as you do this, take a deep breath and appreciate the calm and the order you're bringing into your life when you arrange your space. Similarly, to not just stay in your feminine energy but to thrive, you want to make sure you're not constantly in your mind. Every single day we come up with trillions of thoughts and ideas that we want to implement, and we store them down mentally. What I would recommend doing is writing it down. Have a second brain, have a brain dump. You can do this on paper, you can do this on your Google Calendar, you can do this on your notes app, but for me what works best is my own Notion planner that I designed. It is literally what has kept my entire life together at this point. It has multiple pages to track all areas of your life. So a habit tracker, budget tracker, goal tracker, tracker, your morning, evening routine, reset routine, to-do list, literally anything that you would want, it is already in the planner. So I will leave a link to that down below in the description if you'd like to organize your entire life, arrange it in one place and use it like a second brain. I would highly recommend the planner. Once again, the link is down below, so make sure you check it out. And those were 5 of my micro habits that I use to stay in my feminine energy. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know what other videos you'd like to watch. And if you're new here, I make a lot of videos that help you elevate your personal presence, so make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very soon. Till then, bye bye.